If you have followed our show at all through all of 2019, you would know how passionate we are about VA homeownership. We have an incredible guest right now who's not only a veteran, but empowering real estate transactions for veterans and all clients with his expertise. This is Ben. Great to meet you.
Thank you, Amy. Likewise.
Well, I want to dive in first and ask you about your service in the military, because it's exciting, and we are super appreciative for your time.
Absolutely, yeah, very happy to be here. So I served active duty in the Navy from 2010 to 2016. I was a fire controlman, and I worked on the CWIS, close-in weapons system, missile defense systems for ships. And man, it was a great time.
That's the cool job that like kids always want to hear about. You could go speak at the schools and they all want to hear about what you did.
Yeah, it sounds cool to talk about, but any enlisted person in the Navy knows that we're full-time janitors, part-time, our actual job that we actually do. We do a lot of cleaning and maintenance. So the vast majority of the job is not super glamorous. It's still all good work that needs to be done, but occasionally I got to shoot my gun, and that part was fun.
Well, and you clearly loved it enough that you're back in the reserves.
Yes, I love the military, and I love my time in, and it helped me grow tremendously as a person. It helped me get to where I am, but I wasn't quite ready to leave it 100%, so I stayed in the reserves.
So somehow you've served, you're now in the reserves, and now you're over here in real estate. Let's talk about that transition, because I know transitioning when you get out of the military is a big deal. A lot of veterans, great, now what? So talk to me about how you ended up choosing real estate.
You know, in the military, you have a lot of downtime in between ops and missions and watches and stuff. You have time to think about what your move's going to be when you do escape, when you finally can get out of active duty. I read a lot of books. I listened to a ton of podcasts and audiobooks about business and real estate and personal growth and leadership. And before I joined the Navy, I actually had 4 companies in Denver. I had got bit by the entrepreneurial bug when I was very young, and I had some companies and that didn't work out, and I ended up joining the Navy. And I was thinking about my foray back into business once I got out, and I landed on real estate because of the amazing opportunity that it presents. And I set my plan up. I read everything I get my hands on and transitioned out, and it just worked.
Which makes you such a great advocate for all the clients that you're serving. And you're in the downtown San Diego area with your new office, right?
Yes.
So you want to just tell me about the office and give a shout out for your team?
Yes, yeah. So I'm actually the team lead on the Disher Group at Douglas Elliman Brokerage in San Diego. And we've just opened up a space downtown on 6th and Broadway. It's a state-of-the-art space. It's 3,200 square feet. We have space for 30 agents. We have a full-blown, you'd love this, Amy, we have a full-blown green screen multimedia room that's all painted green. We have a sleep pod, a Metro Nap sleep recovery pod.
I would like that just as much.
Yes, me too. We've got a full coffee bar with espresso, cold brew, drip coffee. We've got our own brand of tequila that we had made with a full bar in there. We've got sit-stand desks. We've got an amazing lounge. When you first walk in, you feel like you're at a high-end hotel.
Oh, wow.
And we're really excited to bring this to the marketplace, to the agents.
Well, yeah, that's going to attract the agents and the clients. They're going to be comfortable when they come in to visit and talk about their home ownership.
The goal with the office was to make it to have a place their agents feel like they don't want to leave, or feel like they just can't wait to get to work, like a Disneyland for agents was what we had it made. And so the clients just naturally just love it anyway, because it's just such a fun space to come to and enjoy. So.
Oh, I love that. Well, let's talk about your clients a little bit.
Sure.
And I know that you, of course, love working with veteran clients.
Yes.
Let's talk about what are some of the obstacles that you see or misconceptions that you hear when they're talking about VA ownership.
Great question. And I'm really a huge advocate for the VA loan and military service members using the loan. And one of the biggest things, I do a lot of VA. I work mostly with VA buyers. I do a lot of VA buyers, and one of the biggest misconceptions is the barrier to entry to the product. A lot of people get it in their heads that buying this house is some big crazy ordeal. It's this big thing. There's a lot of horror stories out there from aunts and uncles and family members telling people not to do it.
Right, they're asking all the wrong people.
They're asking all the wrong people, and people get home ownership built up to be this big monstrous thing in their head, and it's not. So it's negative self-talk around home ownership itself that stops most people. They think, I can't buy a house. I don't want to buy a house. Like, oh my God, I can't, $500,000, I can't, that's insane. They get caught up on the amount instead of focusing on the point of it, which is the leverage that you can enjoy.
And all the incredible resources of the VA loan that allows them to do it.
It's the best
No
financial
different than
product.
renting someplace and saving up that first and last and all the paperwork for a leasing company. I mean, you know,
Yes.
apples to apples, it's not much different at this point.
So correct. I'm so glad you brought that up. It's about the same in terms of deposit inspection fees like that. It's going to
Yes.
cost you about the same in terms of money's output initially to rent than it will to buy. And you're going to reap so much more. I mean, it's incomparable. I mean,
We say it in here over and over, and I'm so glad to hear you sharing the message and from your perspective. And I hope that our viewers that are watching this and maybe share this, because there is that misconception, and I hear it. Even, you know, in my surroundings, I hear the same thing. And the more we can get the word out there that this really is an incredible product, an incredible way to empower them, because then you're starting their entrepreneurial spirit with that, because now they're homeowners. Now they
Correct.
have an asset.
well, now they have something in their life that's going to be, if they stick with it, it's going to pay dividends far into the future for their life, and all they have to do is make their same housing payment that they were going to make anyway. I mean, it's a huge no-brainer. So, yeah, I mean, I'm really passionate about making sure that people know about it and get the word out.
And then you can also help them with that transition, and what a great advisor you are for even helping them, advise them on their careers and transitioning out of the military. What's your moment that you love the most when you're dealing with the VA buyer?
My favorite thing about, and this is VA buyers, and I mean anyone who's purchasing a piece of real estate or selling one, my favorite moment is when we sit down to talk or we go to the conference room and I explain the process to them. I go through everything step by step. I show them how easy it's going to be, and I've answered their questions. My favorite moment, and I can see it physically when it happens. I can see them. They'll go, okay. They'll take a deep breath, and they'll have that relief. Like, okay, Ben's got me. He's got my back. Like
You see the weight come off of their shoulders?
That, like when you can see that light bulb moment when
Yeah.
they get it, and when you turn this monstrous, you know, thing into a simple to understand process that's easy. And that's actually not hard. And when you see them make that mental transition, that's my favorite moment.
I can imagine you're probably like, yes, we did it.
Yes.
Okay, they get it. Now
Yes.
let's go. Let's
Well, it
get
just
you on the plan.
validates my career. It's like I love showing people like it is easy, it is fun, it's going to help you, and I know what that benefit's going to do for them for their life.
That just makes me so happy, and I love knowing that we have professionals like you out there making a difference and really doing it for the right reasons
Thank
and
you.
from the heart, the way that you are. So I hope that our viewers reach out to get more information, ask you questions, just get all the details that they need, and don't wait, because there is never the wrong time to dive in and finally be a homeowner.
Correct.
So thank you so much, Ben, for being with
Thank
us
you,
today.
and my pleasure.
Look forward to having you back with some updates.
That'd be great.
We'll be right back with more Veterans One.